The candidate is Mansurov Ibrohimjon, candidate number 0793753. The examiner is Shohruhbek. The speaking test consists of 3 parts, and now in this first part, I would like to ask you some questions about yourself. Masalan, qanaqa mistake?
I am need to devordim-da boshida.
I am need to. Necha speakerlarni o'zi bu qiladigan xato va bu normal holat. Lexical resource keladigan bo'lsak, bu narsaga men 8 qo'ygan bo'lardim, lekin 9 ga potensial juda katta. Nega 8? Agar misol uchun siz полностью mana speaking davomida har doim I am need to, I am go to school degan mistake'larni juda ko'p marotaba ishlatganingiz edi, bu narsani o'sha xato qilib, misol uchun siz grammatikangizni bo'lib tushirib yuboradi.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
You rocked it, man. No, sit down. It's time for feedback. Good afternoon. This is the speaking test of the International English Language Testing System taking place on Monday, 26th of September in Ibrat project's office. The candidate is Mansurov Ibrohimjon, candidate number 0793753. The examiner is Shohruhbek, the examiner number 48395739. Good afternoon again. My full name is Shohruhbek, and today I'll be your speaking examiner. What's your full name?
My full name is Mansurov Ibrohimjon.
What can I call you?
You can call me Ibrahim.
Okay, Ibrahim. Where are you from?
I am from a little town of Bukhara that is located in the southwestern part of Uzbekistan.
Thank you. Can I see your ID card, please?
Yep, here you go.
Great. The speaking test consists of 3 parts, and now in this first part, I would like to ask you some questions about yourself. Do you work or are you a student?
Currently, I am just studying. I am studying information technologies at Tashkent University, and I am a freshman there.
Why did you choose this university?
Well, the main reason why I chose this university is that it ranks number 1 in terms of information technology in my country, and there are quite prominent IT professionals who graduated this university.
Is there anything that you dislike about your studies?
Well, one thing that I dislike about my studies is that we study things like 2 subjects that actually we don't need for our future careers, and that's like academic writing that I'm never gonna need, and yeah.
Thank you. Let's talk about maps. Do you think it's better to use a paper map or a map on your phone?
Well, I think it's much more comfortable to use a map on the phone because using your phone, you can see where you are because of the developed technology. There is like a GPS, and that can help you to find out where exactly you are. But when it comes to maps, you first need to figure out.
When was the last time you needed to use a map?
Well, just today to get here. I have recently moved to Tashkent, and I don't really know the city very well, and I had to use my phone to get here.
If you visit a new city, do you always use a map to find your way around?
Yeah, I think that's the only way to get me where I want, because I am so bad at directions, but with a map, everything is easy.
In general, do you find it easy to read maps?
Pretty much. With phones, it is not really that difficult to read maps. You just need to type in the place that you want to go, and everything is on the phone. So yeah, it's easy.
Let's talk about drinks. What do you like to drink with your dinner?
Well, with my dinner, that's usually green tea, because that helps me to unwind and just relieves all the stress that I get from work and studies. And basically, it helps me to uplift my mood.
Do you drink a lot of water every day?
Yes, I actually drink a lot of water because when I keep my body hydrated, I can easily concentrate on things that I do during the day. But when I am just running out of hydration, it usually gives me headaches and it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Thank you. This is the end of our part 1. Now let's move on to part 2. Part 2. In this part, I will give you a topic and I would like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. I will also give you a minute to make notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yep.
Great. So here is a paper to write on and a pencil.
Thank you.
And you should describe a monument that you like. Your preparation time starts now. Your time is up. Please start.
Okay. As I live in a very historical country of Uzbekistan, there are a lot of monuments, historical monuments, architectural, and many more. And I come from, as I told you, I come from a little town of Bukhara that is a home for a lot of historical monuments. And the one that I really like is Tower Kalan. Well, it is located right in the middle of the city, and it is visible from, from the borders of it. You can see it staying miles away from it. And one thing that I like about it is its height. It is 100 meters high, and each year many tourists come to see it and take photos of it. It actually was built 500 or 600 years ago for the purpose of killing guilty people, and also for seeing if enemies are coming. And I love its historical purpose, but right now it has been serving as a crowning glory of my city. So every year, when I have time, I go there to guide some tourists and to tell about its history, because there are not many people who know English in my city, so I work there as a guide. I tell people about its history, I tell people about what it was used for, and they all become fascinated hearing all those stories. And I also had some adventures there with my friends. We even got up to its peak and wanted to drop one of our friends, but it didn't happen.
Thank you. The time is up. Can I get the cue card back,
yes,
please?
Yes, here you go.
Yeah, and the paper. As we have been talking about monuments, let's continue this topic and move on to part 3. What is the importance of monuments in general? What kind of role?
Well, I think that the main role that they play is that they make the place that they are located more beautiful and more attractive to foreigners. And I think monuments are the main things that tourists come for. And when tourists come, they bring a lot of money into the country. So I think that is so beneficial.
What kinds of monuments do tourists in your country enjoy visiting?
Well, as I told you, Uzbekistan is a historical country with a lot of picturesque places, but people usually pay attention not to those natural places, but mainly to historically built buildings in 3 cities of Uzbekistan, that's Khiva, Samarkand, and Bukhara. And yeah, these 3 places are usually the destination for all tourists to visit.
Do you agree that old monuments and buildings should always be preserved?
Well, I don't think so. If they are beautiful enough to attract tourists, then they should be preserved. But if there is no benefit out of them, then governments just should remove them and make room for new buildings that would benefit the society in general.
What if they are representatives of national identity? I mean, they have this cultural value. Do you think they still should be preserved, even though they're not, let's say, attractive enough?
Well, if they carry that cultural identity, then I think they should be preserved because the people living in the country do not really have to forget who they actually are and where they actually come from, and all those buildings that you mentioned that have cultural identity should be preserved for the next generations.
Let's talk about architecture. Why is architecture such a popular university subject?
Well, I think that people who are keen on drawing, painting, have architecture to go with when they are choosing their major, and most of people who have that talent to draw choose architecture, and it is also becoming quite an actual topic to discuss because world is changing and we need new kinds of buildings and new kinds of constructions. So architecture is becoming quite popular among youngsters.
In what ways has the design of homes changed in recent years?
Well, several years ago, back when I was a child, most of people I know used to live in villages in big houses. But as there is a problem of overpopulation, people are now moving to cities and living in high-story buildings that can accommodate many more people than those houses in villages could. So, and the design of houses, as I told you, changed in that before people used to live in a one-story houses, but now they live in high-story buildings.
Thank you. This is the end of our part 3 and the speaking test as well. Your results will be announced soon.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
You rocked it, man. No, sit down. Sit down. It's time for feedback.
A lot of mistakes that I made.
For example, bu yog'i masalan. Masalan, qanaqa mistake?
I am need to devordim-da boshida.
I am need to. Anaqa bor. Masalan, grammatikani o'zida ham aytib qo'ygan. Slips. Tushunyapsan? Agar misol uchun siz polностью mana speaking davomida har doim I am need to, I am go to school degan mistake'larni juda ko'p marotaba ishlatib kelganingiz edi. Bu narsani o'sha xato qilib, misol uchun siz grammatikangizni bo'lib tushirib yuborardi yoki vokabularingizni bo'lib tushirib yuborardi. Bu bitta yetib ketishi muammo narsa emas. Mana misol uchun men hozir o'zbek tilida gapirayotgan bo'lsam, men
slip ketishi aniq
problema deb borishim mumkin. Lekin bu balli katta bir tushiradigan narsa emas. Okay? Native speakerlarning o'zi bu qiladigan xato va bu normal holat. Mana hozir speakingni men polностью eshitgan bo'lsam, maksimum ko'radigan narsam bu ikkitagina mistake ko'rdim. Skorga ta'sir qilishi mumkin bo'lgan. Da, o'sha problemamiz bor. Bu bir va ikkinchisi esa you first need to figure out. Aynan part 1 da map degan.
Aynan nimaligini aytdi.
Aynan nimaligi bo'ldi aytilmadi va gapimiz bo'ldi chala qolib ketdi. Ikkinchi qilgan bo'ldi xatoyingiz run out of hydration. Bu o'sha natural eshitilganligi yo'q, ya'ni bunaqa collocation deymiz, ya'ni bunaqa so'z birikmasini o'zi yo'q. You can say when I get dehydrated.
Oh yeah.
Oddiygina shu narsani varianti. No, в принципе, mana shunaqa bir kichkina mistake, hop, bu yerda marking criteria'ni o'ziga qaraydigan bo'lsak, hop, birinchi kelin fluency'ni o'zidan boshlaymiz. Hop, fluency'ga bemalol 8+. 8+ berdim. Nega men misol uchun hozir 9 qo'ymayman? Chunki bu situatsiyaga qarab ham, ekzamenlarga qarab ham, ozgina holatga qarab ham o'zgarishi mumkin.
Coherence ham bo'lmaydi.
Da, shunaqa atak, yo'q, coherence yaxshi. Men coherence'da birorta bir muammoni ko'rganim yo'q. Misol uchun gaplar bu yerda chala qolib ketib, develop qilavermaganligingiz, part 2 ni o'zini oladigan bo'lsa, aynan topikka o'zida monument deganda bu o'zi juda bir qiyin mavzu. Ekzamenlar buni o'zini ham bilib turadi va juda ko'pchilik speaking kelganda buni tasvirlab berishi qiyin bo'ladi, lekin siz bu hozir monument o'zi emas, uni atroflarini misol uchun bu yerda qarab, o'shanga bir topic related vocabulary bu yerda ishlatib, zo'r har tomonlama yoritib berdingiz. Просто the monument is beautiful degan bir narsadan tashqari chiqa oldingiz. Shuning uchun ham fluencyga просто gap yo'q va hech qanaqa bir deyarli hesitation, ya'ni ikkilanish bu yerda bo'lmadi. Bo'lgan bo'lsa ham bir ikkita joyda bu content related, ya'ni ideyaga bag'ishlangan bo'ldi, так что bu hech qanaqa minus tomonni o'tkazmaydi. Lexical resource keladigan bo'lsak, bu narsaga men 8 qo'ygan bo'lardim, lekin 9 ga potensial juda katta. Nega 8? Chunki bir ikkita ichida baribir aynan native speakerlar sezadigan joylari bo'ldi. Mana misol uchun run out of hydration, you need to first figure out degan bir narsa. Grammatikaga keladigan bo'lsak, 9 birorta bir men grammatikadan sizni qilgan xatoyingizni eshitganligim yo'q. Hammasi natural. Grammatika deganda botda hamzada accuracy, ya'ni to'g'ri bajarilishi ketyapti va ham botning range, ya'ni har xillik botiga bo'ldi. Also, if strukturalar har xil botda zamonlarni, woodlarni, misol uchun hammasini zo'r o'z joyida botda ishladingiz. Pronunciation keladigan bo'lsak, birorta bir so'zingiz botda deyarli misol uchun aynan communicationni zarar yetkazadigan darajada mispronounce qilganligingiz yo'q. Aksent, endi bunga urg'u berilmaydi, no bitta temp ichida yurib, intonatsiyani ham, bota tonni ham hammasini o'z joyiga qo'ydingiz va bunga ham men bemalol 8+ deb aytgan bo'lardim. Umumiy olganda ball 8.5, 9 ga potensialingiz bor. Mana shunaqa bir kichkina ichidagi minor, kichkina xatolarni ustida ishlaydigan bo'lsangiz.
Thank you so much, sir.
Ciao for now and take care.